Achieving a positive mindset can be difficult for many people. Life can be difficult for many different reasons, and there are many factors that can negatively affect your mood. Thankfully, there are many ways to give our mind the best possible way to be positive. In this video, we focus on 7 practical tips that are supposed to give you a more positive mindset and improve your life. If you follow these tips, you will have a better chance of achieving happiness and being successful in both your personal life and your career. 1. Turn failures into lessons. Have you ever wondered why successful people put so much emphasis on learning from mistakes? It is a universal truth that life is about turning your failures into a path to success. But it is also through failures themselves that we are exposed to the harsh realities of life. The secret is in learning from your failures rather than getting frustrated. As a general rule, this principle can be applied in all paths of life, but it becomes very evident in our practical life. The harsh reality is that you will face many points of failure when it comes to the people and the work you do. The power to admit your mistakes or errors is the first rule you must keep in mind. In short, accepting failure shows your willingness to learn. Some of us, because of ambition or arrogance, deny the fact that they failed. And instead, blame our failures on others as a source of keeping ourselves motivated. It can be disastrous for your career or life. If you don't accept your failures, chances are that your ability to learn will remain stagnant. When you've failed a project, don't think it should have been easy. It will be tough, you will be tested, and the burden of proving yourself will be too much. This is the point where most people feel demotivated. They either give up or become addicted to failures and forget to learn. This is where you need to accept the fact that you have made a mistake. And you are ready to prove yourself. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure in itself is not dangerous. The danger lies in the fear of facing failure. It happens when we fail to establish a positive relationship with a colleague or in some task. Our instinct tells us to avoid such a situation in the future. Here you need to change your way of thinking. Avoid the possibility of failure. Rather, when you are facing failure, learn it. And make sure you don't repeat the same mistake. We are not talking about the continuity of failing. We are emphasizing that learning from your mistakes should be a consistent factor. The fact is that you can fail at times and you can get overwhelmed by criticism. During this process, you fail to learn anything important. It depends on how well you can handle criticism and be consistent in learning. You are not the only one to fail. There are many successful people out there who have failed many times before success. You will have coworkers who will probably fail at the same tasks as you. The point is to consider the world you live in, where there are opportunities to learn all the time. Learning from the failures of others can be a great way to avoid going down the same path in the future. 2. Focus on the good things. It may seem easy to focus on the good things, but is it? The media is full of all kinds of negative news. Every day brings its own set of challenges. It has become common to smile under compulsion. Genuine laughter has become a mirage. It's easy to get lost in the negative, but remember the words of John Milton: "The mind is its own place and can, in itself, make a heaven of hell, a hell of a heaven." This quote is set to make sure you focus on the good things around you. As small as they can be, they are tangible. Remembering only the things that go wrong will only help keep you from working and stressed out. Your health will have to bear the brunt of this. Even in times of darkness, there are many aspects of life to be thankful for. Remembering all the good in your life will help you avoid any negativity and leave you with more positive thinking. One way to make sure you focus on the good things is to identify your sweet spots, the things that make you happy. It's that easy. If it's family, keep videos of those family moments on your mobile device. And indulge yourself whenever things look sad. Unsure about what makes you happy? Well, everyone has something that makes them happy. You just have to do some self-discovery to find yours, and when you do, make a habit of keeping yourself happy. Luckily or unfortunately, life isn't a video game, so just be happy when you have the chance. Negative emotions emanating from the world around us can make it difficult to focus on the good things. One way to curb these negative vibes and energy around you is through meditation. Meditation is like cleaning the slate of your mind. This could very well be given to the toxicity in the world right now. Like a blank check, Your refreshed mind after a meditation practice gives you a unique opportunity to fill your mind with only good things. Meditation helps you understand how your mind works. And you can use it to your advantage in seeing only the good in everything. Various incidents highlight the importance of perspective in your general well-being. The lengthy debate of half-empty, half-full glasses may have gone on for quite some time. But which side of the divide will always weigh on what you see around you? Changing such attitudes, if negative, may not be easy, but you just have to take the first step. And accept your position. It is said that those who wait get good things, but this is probably flawed. There is so much good around us, if we only open our eyes to see them. Maybe then we don't wait for something that is already in front of us. 3. Start the day in a positive mood. Morning brings another day of happiness to your life. The way you start your day largely determines the rest of your life and attitude towards life. If you're not a morning person and wake up tired, you may not see the good things that can happen throughout the day. Keep positive thinking. This is because you are overlooking the small details and aspects for which you can be grateful in life. Your happy morning doesn't necessarily have to be a complicated routine. It can include as simple as a small positive thought. All you have to do is try it. Every day comes with new opportunities. All you have to do is capitalize on that day and take some time to appreciate the small events. All the little things in the morning can brighten up your whole day. The first thing you should think about when you wake up is the positive quality that makes you or the people around you happy. This will urge you to get out of your bed in a happy mood. And you can make the best out of it. A study shows that people who show gratitude are not only optimistic about their life, but also have physical fitness because of their positive attitude. Stretching in bed for a few minutes can improve your mood and boost your energy because it releases dopamine. It is known as a feel-good hormone. It enables you to focus on your work throughout the day and stay motivated. Removing curtains to enable the view of sunlight, birds chirping, and fresh air can have a refreshing effect on you. A good night's sleep is essential for a good morning. Early risers to bed wake up with a calm mind. When you get enough sleep, you get enough time to do something that gives you pleasure, such as taking a short walk, taking care of yourself, or pursuing a hobby. You don't have to push yourself to start a practical day. This way your day too can move in a positive direction. Starting with the content, mood and peace of mind. Being late for work or missing something you wanted to do is a terrible way to start a day. A positive day needs a to-do list. Whether you have a big assignment to present or a small gesture of kindness, you just need to plan it. Tasks done with clarity of mind are executed efficiently. People who run their jobs randomly often fail to get the desired results. Your plan helps you prioritize things and prepares you for the day. Another thing to keep you motivated throughout your day is how you would like to sign your day. Think of a few ways how you want to be treated, and seeing something pleasant will put a smile on your face all day long. Hoping for something pleasant can be as pleasurable as the event itself. 4. Surround yourself with positive people. Thoughts and attitudes are contagious. The people who surround ourselves with impact who we become. In an analogy, dietitians would say that we are what we eat. Similarly, the relationship coach will say that we are the ones we socialize with. If our social circles were made up of negative people, we would be negative people. If you surround yourself with positive people, you will be a positive person. So, what makes the context of the relationship positive? Whether it is about friends, co-workers, or even family. Positive people see the light where darkness is evident and experience hope where despair predominates. An optimistic coworker will motivate you when you are troubled by a failed task. A positive friend or family will say, "Okay," instead of giving you the cold shoulder. Positive relational references are not just about receiving positive behavior from others. They are also about giving positive vibes to others. You don't expect to pour vinegar into a glass and drink seasoned wine out of it. What you give is what you get. If you bump into someone and they insult you, your word of apology can easily turn into a defense phrase. But if that person allows you to express your regret, you get a kind word of "no worries." Positive becomes positive. If you have a positive attitude towards people, you create pleasant surround for yourself. Here are 4 traits you should develop in order to nurture an environment of positive people around you. 1. Nurture a positive you. Nurturing a positive self-image isn't just about the feel-good effect. It is also about the impact it has on others. If you are a positive person, people appreciate you and give you your best. The law of physics that opposite attracts is not here. Positive attracts positive. 2. Give positive meaning to life. One of the many flaws of contemporary society is offering us lemons when we look for oranges. As the advice goes, if the world gives you lemons, make lemonade. In whatever context, being that friend or colleague who communicates the ray of light at the end of a tunnel will lead others to be equally positive. 3. Give people a chance. If there is a context where the saying, "Do not judge a book by the cover," applies literally, it is in relationships. Sometimes we look at people and call them boring, antisocial, or arrogant. Once we interact with them, we realize how unfair we are. Sociology tells us that we are what we think others. If others experience a positive evaluation on my part, they will probably give me their best self. 4. Give others the best side of you. We all have flaws. And sometimes the world and its survival demands bring the worst out of us. Being the boss who understands that anyone can lag with work once in a while cultivates the employee who will stay overtime when urgent work needs to be done. You breathe positive air. And it comes back to you in equal measure. Be positive, and positive will be contagious. 5. Find humor in bad situations. Humor is a great way to deal with stress and it makes you closer to people. We have no control over some of the things that happen to us. And we start blaming ourselves for bad things without realizing that we are getting tougher or how these things shape our future. Humor is something that makes you feel relaxed and you forget about bad events for a while. Every comedian has some kind of dramatic past. They all found humor and became comedians because they know that laughter heals every pain and heartache. It's good to find humor whenever you start taking life too seriously. We have only one life and we have to enjoy it no matter what situation we are in. We must free ourselves and start enjoying life. Sometimes death reminds us how to live life and make the most of every opportunity. Sometimes we fall for that person who is not good for us and we know that, but we fall more and more, but in the end, our heart is broken because of that person. At that time we always curse our luck and get heartbroken. Then at that time laughter fills our pain and takes us to live. Our hearts grow stronger and we learn how to move on. Then we laugh at night, we cried for stupid things. We can't change what's happened, but we can find humor and make ourselves more comfortable about those things so that we feel better and reduce stress. We should forget the past and try not to repeat those mistakes. Finding humor in a bad situation isn't easy. Sometimes the situation gets worse for you, so always remember the positive things and good times spent with your family and friends at that time. It will help you to heal and heal your wounds. And you will feel happy that you face troubles and don't let them get to you. We should make a habit of humor. This can be done in various ways. First of all, start taking things lightly and don't stress over everything. Secondly, start with common practices at your workplace or home. Finally, look for the lighter sides of the problems and their solutions. These are some key points that will help build up the humor that will help you when you are stressed. Humor is both positive and negative. Positive humor helps us reduce stress, but negative forms of humor like making fun of people have a negative effect. It reduces social support and makes it difficult to connect with people and increases stress levels. No one wants to feel bad or sad whenever they remember their past. When you look back, the main question is why no one wants the memories of crying or worrying about things. So instead of crying or being sad, enable yourself to learn the power of humor and find humor in times of difficulty. 6. Focus on the present. If you want to be happy, then stop worrying. Focus only on your present because you have no other option or only one option. You should be in the present moment and not dwell on any negative past issues. It will only consume you and make your future miserable. Thinking ahead instead of looking back will free your mind. You may be bitter about a past relationship or job, but it will not help you move forward. You can change your future, but you cannot change your past. With that in mind, there's no point in focusing on what you can't change. Instead of focusing on what you can. If you have forgotten your past, you will be like a newborn baby who does not know what is good and what is bad. You will just focus on your present things and enjoy your life. So live in the present as a newborn baby. Your past may be good or bad, but don't think about it and don't waste your time. Plus, thinking too far ahead of yourself can give you unrealistic expectations. It can make you forget the steps you need to take today and lead you down. The past is history, the future is a mystery, and today is a gift. That's why it's called present, so you should enjoy your present. Although they may be cliches, they still hold true. Focusing on the happy moments and neglecting the failures will lead to a happy and successful life. Thinking about the past will not only distract you from the good things but will also prevent you from creating a positive future. The best way to live a happy life is to focus on the goal and forget what happened in the past. Be confident about your performance, as thinking about the expected results will make you overthink. You should think about the past only when it is about learning from your mistakes, as you can change your future behavior by turning it into a positive one. You can control what is happening now. Let go of past pain and be happy in what you have now. Many people are obsessed with the perfect life. It can be easy to invest too much time and effort in the future. Thoughts like, "This will make me happy," can be dangerous because it shows that you are not appreciating what you have now. Setting goals and targets can be useful, but only when done in a constructive manner. You always need some kind of future planning, but always looking ahead can prevent you from being happy at the moment. Appreciating the present. Learning from your mistakes. And planning requires a balance. Whatever you are doing, always find the positive aspects of the present. You don't need to be rich or have material possessions to be happy. Find out what currently makes you happy and work on it. With this in mind, you will have a much more positive mindset. 7. Turn negative thoughts into positive thoughts. Have you ever heard of the phrase, "Your thoughts can kill you"? Well, this statement is more accurate than most people understand. Your thoughts, whether negative or positive, can change your life and the person you become. This is why negative self-talk is so dangerous. Whatever you speak to your mind, that is what you ultimately follow. However, it is necessary to acknowledge that changing your brain to think positively is not a walk in the park. It requires full commitment. Otherwise, negative thoughts will prevail. So what are the real ways you can change the way you think? Start forgiving yourself. Most, if not all, people have tried positive affirmations. If you haven't, these are words used to describe developing a positive mental attitude. That's when you are told not to consider yourself a failure and instead say to yourself, "I am the winner." There is nothing wrong with this. However, you should aim to acknowledge your shortcomings and forgive yourself for them. Forgive yourself for believing that you have failed. Forgive yourself for embarrassing yourself. Accept the things that don't make you happy to relieve some of the stress. Once that's done, you can start working on turning yourself and your thoughts into positive ones. Focus on taking a step rather than completing the level. One of the reasons for negative self-talk is feeling inadequate. You focus on what you didn't do well, rather than feeling that you did something. It's not enough to tell yourself, "I'm smart and brilliant." You have to show how smart you are by taking one step to achieve your goal. Start believing that you are talented and let it show in every little thing you do. Forget about making everything perfect, because perfection can be felt amidst many imperfect trials. Learn from the first step you take, and you'll be well on your way. Take criticism positively. Criticism is a part of everyone's life. It can be from work, family, and friends, but you should not let it become something negative in your life. Just because someone criticized your actions, what you said or did, doesn't mean you should stop believing in yourself. This means you should look at yourself and decide if there is any way to improve. Avoid going into defense mode, as you will stop it and it will always be on your mind. Accept the correction, and if the other person isn't perfect, you can rest easy with the knowledge that you did your best. Stop looking for trouble. The last most important way to turn your thoughts into positive thoughts is to stop looking for negative thoughts where they are not. If you already have a negative thought in your mind, accept it and deal with it. However, don't go looking for it. This enables your mind to adopt positive thinking on its own. You begin to feel secure, and your self-esteem rises. The best way to turn a negative conversation into a positive one is to acknowledge what you're feeling instead of blocking it. Pausing shows that you haven't tackled the problem, you've shied away from him. When your guard comes down, everything can crumble. Wait, analyze, understand, then finally transform. As we can see here, these tips require you to be active in your mindset. And actively take steps that are going to help you find more joy. It can be difficult to change who you are around or to find humor in a bad situation. But it will all help. Another important aspect is the need for patience. It's hard to change habits, and don't get discouraged if you struggle in the beginning. Keep practicing these tips and you will achieve a greater level of peace and happiness. All that's left to do now is wish you the best of luck on your journey to a more positive mindset. This will make you happier and you will be more likely to be successful in all areas of your life. If you like this video, consider subscribing and click the bell notification. Thank you.